Hi guys, welcome to my channel Watch Lookout, and this is another episode in my State of the Collection. I'm like a robot, a machine, doing one after the other. Another big boy in front of us. Last video was a big boy, and I thought it was only fitting that we introduced another big boy in the collection. And this is the Spinnaker PICCARD, a watch nearly impossible to photograph or film. And that is because of that sapphire crystal. Look at that. Once I saw that, I knew I had to have the watch. A long story in getting this watch, a bit of a unicorn. I used to call it a grail watch. Not so much anymore, but it was a unicorn. First time I saw this watch a few years ago, I had to have it. I navigated over to the website, but unfortunately, they didn't deliver to Turkey. And that was disappointing. Later, I think actually I had it in the basket to purchase, and there was a problem. And then later I attempted to buy it again, only to discover that the import limit had dropped, and so then I couldn't get it. And that really frustrated me. And then finally, at the end of 2023, I hatched a plan. I hatched a plan to have this watch delivered to the UK, and then it would be brought to me here in Turkey, and that's exactly what happened. So I pulled the trigger and received the watch. Well, the watch arrived in the UK in November 2023, and then I finally got it in hand in January of 2024. Thanks, Jake. Thanks, EJ, especially EJ. She's the one that brought it. So yeah, this is a watch I was really keen to have because of its oversized dimensions and, of course, its story as well. Now, for those of you who don't know, it's named PICCARD after the Swiss oceanographer Jacques Piccard. In 1960, he and a U.S. Navy lieutenant, Don Walsh, took their father's submersible. His father, Auguste Piccard, designed a Bathyscaphe submersible, and in 1960, Jacques and Don traveled all the way down to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, 36,000 feet, and they came back, and they survived. And on the outside of that Bathyscaphe Explorer was an experimental prototype Rolex that shared some of the dimensions of the watch that we have here. It had a large raised crystal, although I believe that was acrylic on the Rolex. It was like the Sea Dweller before the Sea Dweller. And it was an experimental watch that was not sold to the public. It was just a watch as a proof of concept to see if they could do it. And it had more brutalist, less flattering angles than this watch has. So this watch is more or less celebrating that successful achievement more than it is an homage to the Rolex, because it doesn't look like the Rolex, not really. I think I bought this watch for $550. I may have saved $50. I'm not exactly sure. It was 550 bucks. This is version 2, I believe, of that watch. They might have a version 3 out now. I know they have some new dial iterations, and the price is higher for some of the other models. And maybe even the water resistance as well. The first iteration was a bit larger and had more water resistance. I think maybe 3 times as much water resistance. This says on the inside top of that rehaut 300 fathoms. I believe it's 550 meters of water resistance. So nothing like the Rolex that went all the way down 36,000 feet. I mean, think about it. 36,000 feet is roughly the same cruising height as commercial aircraft. So it is that distance, again, under sea level. It's pretty incredible when you consider the enormity of the pressures per square inch. It's just tons and tons of pressure per square inch. It's truly something. This watch weighs in at 250 grams. You can see there is a gas escape valve. And it features a ceramic bezel. This is called the dark cerulean colorway. You see we have green loomed indices, some orange accent there with that with the text and with the second hand. And I kind of like this monochromatic colorway, and also the fact that it's a flat, unglazed ceramic bezel insert. It's quite a robust watch. It comes in at 45 millimeters of case diameter. It has 52 millimeter lug to lug. The case height, including that ginormous sapphire dome crystal, is 21 millimeters, and it has a 22 millimeter lug width for that heavy oyster style bracelet. Now there is anti-reflective coating on this crystal, but it distorts so much, you know. And there is a date window there you can see at the 3 o'clock. It distorts so much, you know, whatever light is coming in. I was trying to photograph it for the thumb. I mean, I've tried to photograph it numerous times, and it's just completely unsuccessful. There you see on the screw-down case back is an image of the bathyscape submersible that they took down. It does have a milled lower and a stamped upper clasp. I believe there might be Spinnaker on the safety fold over there. What else? It does feature a Swiss Superluminova, but I must say that it is disappointing. It's not that bright. Yeah, maybe it was just like a C1. It really ought to be brighter for a watch that boasts going down to such depths where you would obviously require really good lume. That pip there is loomed, although it's really just a triangle of applied lume. You can see there we have the numerals that are molded in the ceramic bezel insert, but you can't really see them. That's why you'd want more lume, right? The branding there, Spinnaker, that appears to be like maybe molded into the dial. It's not applied, I don't believe. It's sort of like raised relief on the dial. So yeah, the lume is not impressive. It is quite heavy on the wrist, especially top heavy. It does contain a Seiko NH35, by the way, 24 joule, 42 hour power reserve, 21,600 BPH caliber watch. I wear it infrequently. It is a watch that I feel on the top of my wrist more so than the other big boys that I have. I think that I don't know, it's just interesting that it seems to move around more. I really fell in love with the watch before I had it in hand, and I would say that it's a bit of a letdown. Personally, I feel like there should have been a lot more water resistance. I mean, come on, guys, look at this. You're telling me that this can only go down to 550 meters? I mean, really? I mean, it's a tank. I mean, it's literally a tank. I don't know. It seems a little weird. But it keeps pretty good time, and I don't have any complaint about that. I just don't have too many occasions in which I wear it. But you know, it always puts a smile on my face when I do, because I think more about what I had to go through to get this watch and how it frustrated me for at least a couple years on end that I was unable to have this watch. I wanted it so desperately, you know, and I've had it, you know, and I've probably worn it less than 20 times, probably, truth be told. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming out in this next episode of the state of my collection. We're getting towards the end of the watches that I want to profile on my state of the collection. Thanks for spending time with me. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Cheers, everybody.